Hello, it's 9 p.m. in RTD. It's time to English New Edition. For tonight headlines, we have the head of state chairs the 16th meeting of the Council of Ministers. For the international scene, Europe is touched heavily by the flying of the second wave of COVID-19. Welcome to our newsroom. Under the chairmanship of the head of state and head of government, the 16 sessions of the Council of Ministers was held on Tuesday, October 27, where 7 issues were on the agenda. Let us follow the report of the government spokesman Mahmoud Ali Yusuf.
La présidence du chef de l'État, son Excellence M. Ismail Omar Guelleh.
First question, draft law partially modifying law number 154, year 2002, 40th legislature. The purpose of this draft law is to partially amend certain provisions of law number 154. When the worker loses his job, voluntary insurance allows the insured person the possibility of supplementing by the payment of contributions and missing annuities in order to be able to benefit from a retirement pension. However, despite its existence, the voluntary insurance plan has never been operational due to a condition provided for in Article 86 of the above-mentioned law, which limits the application for the admission to voluntary insurance to the first 6 months following the end of the employee's compulsory membership. This draft law provides for the pure and simple application of the time limit and aims to broaden the scope of application to this category of workers, to which dockers are added. This amendment aims to repair the anomaly found in the previous system and also organizes the modalities of implementation of the voluntary insurance plan. It also aims to ensure the principle of equal treatment among the social insured. For the Ministry of Urban Planning, Environment and Tourism, second question, draft law on the transformation of the National Tourist Office and the creation of the National Tourist Agency. Law number 45, year 2019, 80th legislature on the guidelines for the development and promotion of tourism in the Republic of Djibouti and the master plan have laid the groundwork for the sustainable development of the tourism sector in our country. Indeed, the transformation of the tourist office, which had the form of a public administrative establishment into an agency in the form of public industrial and commercial establishment, was provided for in Article 11 of the above-mentioned law. It is within this framework that the draft law proceeds to the institutional transformation of the National Tourist Office into a National Tourist Agency having the form of an EPIC. The bill specifies the missions and attributions of the National Tourism Agency to allow it to have a greater flexibility in the achievement of its objectives and missions. The draft text also defines the general principles of operation and management as well as the organizational framework in accordance with the laws and regulations governing the creation and operation of public establishments of an industrial and commercial nature. This new agency will allow the development of the tourism sector, which is a powerful vector of economic growth and job creation. As for the Ministry of Communication in charge of Postas and Telecommunications, third questions, draft decree renewing the Board of Directors of the Radio Television of Djibouti. The purpose of the draft decree is the renewal and appointment of members of the Board of Directors of the RTD in accordance with the provision of Article 8 of Decree number 99/0170 PRM-ECC.
The fourth issue concerns draft decree renewing the Board of Directors of the National Printing House. Let's hear it once again from the government spokesperson.
La quatrième question concerne un projet de décret aussi portant renouvellement du conseil d'administration de l'imprimerie nationale de Djibouti.
The fourth question, draft decree renewing the Board of Directors of the National Printing Office of Djibouti. The purpose of the draft decree is to renew the members of the Board of Directors of the Djibouti National Printing Office in accordance with the provisions of the decree establishing the initial status of the establishment. The members of the Board of Directors of the IND are appointed for a term of 3 years. As for the Ministry of Budget, fifth question, draft order on the allocation of a plot of land located at PK 13. The purpose of the draft decree is to allocate to the Ministry of Women and Family a parcel of land with an area of 5,500 square meters located at PK 13, Sector Jabans. This plot of land is intended for the creation of a hosting structure for children living in the streets. Sixth question, draft order on the allocation of a plot of land to the National Olympic Committee in Sports of Djibouti. The draft order aims to allocate to the International Olympic Committee for Sports Djibouti a plot of land with an area of 1,500 square meters located in the South Port area. This plot of land is intended for the construction of headquarters of the Djibouti National Olympic Committee and Sports. Seventh question, draft order on the allocation of a plot of land located in the Port of Djibouti. The purpose of the draft order is to allocate to the Indian Ocean Company interconnection a parcel of land with an area of 22,000 square meters located at the old Port of Djibouti. The said parcel is intended for the establishment of a data center. And at the end of the Council of Ministers, the Minister of Higher Education and Research made a mission report on his working visit he made in France from 19 to 22 October 2020. The Minister of Transport reported on his participation in the 65th ordinary session of the Executive Bureau of Council of Arab Ministers of Transport, which was held from 20 to 22 October 2020 in Alexandria.
The President of the Republic, His Excellency Ismail Omar Guelleh, wished success to his new counterpart elected on Sunday at the head of the Republic of Seychelles, Mr. Wavel Ramkalawan. In a congratulatory message he addressed to the newly elected President, the Djiboutian head of state held a historic victory. Your accession to the supreme judiciary of your countries is a happy crowning achievement to your perseverance and your unshakable faith in your ability to serve with dedication and self-sacrifices the best interests of your compatriot. President Guelleh wrote in his telegram, your long political experience and your many intellectual and human quality will undoubtedly also be valuable support to you in carrying out your mission. The President of the Republic, not before reiterating his warm congratulations to Mr. Ramkalawan. Mr. Wavel Ramkalawan, 59-year-old, was elected in the first round to the supreme magistracy of his country with a score of 54.9% of the vote cast. IGAD on Sunday called for dialogue and compromise to find a negotiated solutions to the controversy over the hydroelectric dam under construction in Ethiopia. The mega hydroelectric dam called Grand Ethiopia Renaissance Dam, currently under construction, is on the Blue Nile. This is a major tributary of the Nile. IGAD is confident in the process led by the African Union to reach a solution acceptable to Ethiopia, Sudan, and Egypt. In July, Ethiopia announced that the filling of the dam for the first years was under construction on the Blue Nile. Egypt, countries downstream, and the Nile Basin has frequently expressed concern that Ethiopia's mega dam will affect its share of the river's waters, while Ethiopian Prime Minister Abiy Ahmed has repeatedly promised that the dam will not harm either Egypt or Sudan, saying the dam project would ensure equitable and reasonable use of river waters between the three countries. Like the rest of the world, the World White Can Day was celebrated today in the Republic of Djibouti. This day was chaired by the Minister of National Education and Vocational Training, Mustafa Mohamed Mahmoud, and saw the participation of many personalities. Detail in the following video.
Walk from the Corniche to the People's Palace was organized on this occasion. Songs and sketches punctuate this day rich in rhythm and color. We note in passing the presence of associations of disabled people in Djibouti. The day was marked by the successive interventions of officials who all praised the leadership and determination of the government and the Djiboutian authorities to ensure all persons with disabilities all their rights. The Minister of National Education and Vocational Training, Mustafa Mohamed Mahmoud, who sponsored the ceremony, said he was proud of all the achievements that have been made in favor of the people with special needs. The Secretary General of the Ministry of Social Affairs and Solidarity, the Director General of the National Agency for Disabled, Dual Saeed Mahmoud, the head of the Department of Children with Special Needs, as well as the representative of UNDP and the coordinator of the United Nations System in Djibouti, Dr. Fatuma El Sheikh and Barbara Manzi, took part in this march.
For his part, the General Director of the National Agency for Disabled Persons, Dual Saeed Mahmoud, has wished for all the disabled persons in the Republic of Djibouti that this day is very important to bring the white can for the disabled person in Djibouti. For his part, the Minister of National Education and Vocational Training, Mustafa Mohamed Mahmoud, said he is proud to the realizations of the white cans in favor of the disabled persons in Djibouti. Major General Zakaria Sheikh Ibrahim, Chief of the General Staff of the Armed Forces, has also decorated this morning at Camp Sheikh Osman the Egyptian military technical advisor, Colonel Islam Abu Al-Hamad Ibrahim, deployed since 2018. Details in the video.
Lieutenant Colonel Islam Abu Al-Hamad Ibrahim was awarded the Medal of the Officer of the National Order of June 27 by the Major General Zakaria Sheikh Ibrahim, Chief of the General Staff of the Armed Forces. During these 2 years, the Lieutenant Colonel Islam Abu Al-Hamad Ibrahim has worked to further consolidate the relations of military cooperation between the two armies through his expertise and authority.
Major General Zakaria Sheikh Ibrahim, Chief of the General Staff of the Armed Forces, held a ceremony today to award 2 policemen with their strips at the end of the morning. Let's watch this video.
Major General Zakaria Sheikh Ibrahim, Chief of the General Staff of the Armed Forces, held a ceremony today to award 2 policemen. They are Chief Surgeons Hussein Barogaita Abro, who was promoted to the rank of Adjutant, and Surgeon Muhammad Abdullahi Gedi, who was promoted to the rank of Chief Surgeon. The ceremony was held at the Camp Sheikh Osman and was attended by the Director General of the National Police, Colonel Abdullah Abdi Farah. The 2 young police officers have indeed distinguished themselves in a matter of national security. In a short speech, General Zakaria Sheikh Ibrahim congratulated the 2 young men for their bravery and determination. The Director General of the National Police thanked Adjutant Hussein Barogaita Abro and Sergeant Muhammad Abdullahi Gedi for their professionalism and responsiveness. It should be recalled that this matter relating to national security was successfully carried out by the National Police Detachment present in As'ela.
A training workshop on the identification and assistance to vulnerable migrants started this morning at the UNFD. Explanation in the following video.
It was a 2-day workshop organized by IOM in collaboration with the National Union of Djiboutian Women. This training workshop is part of the Better Management of Migration program, co-financed by the European Union Trust Fund for Africa and the German Federal Ministry of Economic Cooperation and Development, and coordinated by the GIZ. The BMM program aims to strengthen the capacities of the national institutions to improve migration management, to combat human trafficking and smuggling of migrants, and to guarantee migrants the protection they need.
For her part, the Mayor of Djibouti, Ms. Fatma Awali Usman, promised her support, that of the Mayor's offices, for a better protection of migrants in Djibouti. She said that she can't imagine the real effort they put into achieving this result, and that's why she would like to thank the district commissioners, the mayors, the deputy mayors, and the chairman of the committee. Your vision and work ethic have made it possible for you to succeed in the planning process. She said, on the other hand, several projects have been identified so that each person can achieve the 5 agreed strategic objectives. As part of the fight against the illegal trade, for the Djiboutian customs proceeded Sunday to destroy nearly 50 boxes of unstopped product and intercepted by soldiers of the Rapid Intervention Battalion based in Ali Une, composed of cigarettes, various types of pills, and cosmetic products. The significant quantity of contraband was discovered and seized during recent sweep operations, leading to illegal trafficking areas not far from the border between the Republic of Djibouti and Somaliland. The commanders of the Rapid Intervention Battalion, Colonel Mohammed Assowe, to transmit Yahya Musa, in charge of Mobile Customs Brigade, accompanied by his colleagues Mr. Suleiman Hassan, the current customs chief of Luada, have intercepted this impressive quantity of product damaging to the national economy. A 2-day training session was held at Obok Medical Hospital Center. This training is part of the capacity buildings of the Ministry of Health staff in terms of competence. The term was composed of the head of the training department, Mr. Abdul Qadir Elmi Jibril, technical advisor to the minister, Mr. Ahmed Saeed, and technical advisor in charge of training, Ms. Khadra Ibrahim Muhammad. The team selected was professional ethics and medical deontology, with the aim of retraining personnel. A series of training courses already carried out in the hospitals of the capital city is being continued in the interior region. These training activities will contribute to the improvement of the quality of care, particularly in the reception and considerations of users. The training was attended by the manager of the different services of the Obok Medical Hospitals, the chief physician and of the Obok region, Dr. Ibrahim Mohammed Dimbio, was keen to recall the importance of ethics and deontology in medical practices. The staff expressed their warm thanks to the Minister of Health for the trainings and expressed the wish to benefit more from these kinds of activity. For the third time in a row, the Dai locality hosted the summer camp. It was therefore some young people from the commune of Balbala, especially those from neighborhood without CDC, who were in the spotlight. Very early in the mornings, they gathered to sing the national anthems before having a bit to eat, following the instructions of the guide Aleo. The young people visited the forest and discovered several varieties of trees and animals before finishing by planting a few trees. Their stay was marked by community activity. This year, the summer camp stay welcome new guests. The body gestures, COVID obliges, good camps and summer camp have been authorized, provided that a strict sanitary protocol is respected. The supervisors had to find apprehensions how to adapt these rules to environment that are sometimes not very compatible.
I thank and then the responsible of director who takes us to Djibouti today. And this morning we see a lot of different and planties that I haven't seen before. So I'm very happy. I can't really express my happiness today. So even then how they organize it, everything, so it was prepared already. So I'm happy today. I can't really express my happiness. And even the villagers of day welcome us as well as possible they can.
Following the death of the deceased Ali Ismail Yabe on Saturday in France, Abdou Dardar has in his name and in the name of the Sultan of Rahaito, Abdul Qadir Dawood, addresses condolences to the families of the deceased. In his message of condolence, he recalled that the deceased was a great clerk of state, a seasoned administrator, a professional who exercised it with a great dignity, righteousness, and probity wherever he went. He left an indelible mark on the collective consciousness of the Obok people. In these painful circumstances, he sent his condolence to the family of the late Ali Ismail Yabi. Inna lillahi wa inna ilayhi raji'un. And for the international scene, from there we move on the what dominates the news outside our borders. COVID-19, the epidemic seems out of control in Europe. Here are the explanations.
Was hit hard by the onslaught of the second wave of COVID-19. Everywhere, the governments of the old world countries are tightening restrictions in the face of this situation, which is getting out of hand. Even more drastic measures such as reconfinements could be put in place. Belgium is facing a strong epidemic outbreak that led to the implementation of new restrictions this Monday. All cultural and sports activities are now banned to curb the virus, while the pressure on intensive care beds is increasing. The situation is also considered critical in France, where the government is meeting this Tuesday a defense council before meeting with political forces, employers, and trade union organizations, with 257 new deaths in 24 hours, about 200,000 new contaminations last week. The hypothesis of reconfinement no longer seems excluded. The epidemic also seems out of control in Spain, where a night curfew is in fact almost everywhere. Some regions even go further. Catalonia said it is considering a possible confinement of the population at home on weekends, while the neighboring region of Aragon has decided to seal off its territory. Finally, in Germany, with the number of new cases of contact.
And to close up these sessions with science, NASA reported they have found water on the moon. For more details, let's watch this video.
Studies released yesterday, Monday, revealed that water was present in greater abundance than expected on the moon. It is essentially water is ice trapped at the bottom of large craters perpetually in the shade. Good news for astronauts. There will be even more water than we thought on the moon. Probably the opportunity for future space missions, they reported. It is this airborne telescope named Sophia that made this discovery possible. Telescope made from Boeing 747 that allows astronauts to study the solar system. The water of the moon is in molecular form. It is trapped as ice in multitude of craters, most often very small, but it is also found in a large Clavius crater visible from Earth. Where does this water come from? Probably from the fall of asteroids that hit the moon billions of years ago, the same possible origin as the water on Earth.
This is it for the news. Thanks for watching us. Have a good evening.